Good morning students. Today we will discuss about population interactions. Population interactions or interspecific interactions. There is no natural habitat on earth which is inhabited by single species. For any species, the minimal requirement is one more species which it can be fed. For plants, or usually plant species, they make their food by own through the process of photosynthesis. And they also require soil microbes. They also require soil microbes to break down organic material into inorganic nutrients. If inorganic nutrients available in soil, then they absorb inorganic nutrients from the soil and they help in growth and development of the plant body. And plants also manage pollination. Pollination also required various insects and other animals. So that's why plants manage pollination with the help of many other animals. Animals, plants and microbes, they do not survive in isolation, but they create a biological community. So that's why many interspecific interactions of different populations arise. And these interspecific interactions, they could be beneficial, harmful or neutral. And here plus a sign for beneficial, plus a sign for beneficial, minus a sign for harmful and 0 a sign for neutral. So due to interspecific interactions, so many interspecific interactions arise in the nature, and they are different types. First one is, for example, predation. And predation, it is the interaction between two species, species A and species B. In this interaction, species A is beneficial and species B is harmful. And second one is competition. In this, both species are harmful. Next, parasitism. In this relationship, one is beneficial, other is harmful. Next, commensalism. One is beneficial, other one is neutral. And next one is amensalism. One is neutral, another one is harmful. Next, mutualism. In this, both species A and species B are beneficial. And one more, that is proto-cooperation. And it is also like mutualism, both species are beneficial. So these are the some important population interactions or interspecific interactions. Now we will discuss all these one by one. So firstly, starts with the first interspecific interaction, that is predation. So what is predation? It is an interaction between members of two species. In which member of one species is beneficial and member of another species is harmful. The beneficial animal is known as predator, and harmful species is known as prey. And examples for predation. And mostly animals are predators. And animals are different types. Some animals are carnivorous, some herbivorous, and some insectivorous. And usually carnivorous animals usually eat up other animals. And herbivores also, they usually feed on parts of plants, or they also feed on seeds. That means they also remove the future individuals. That's why they are also regarded as predators. And for plants, there are some plants like insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants usually they feed on insects. So they also act as predators for insects. The common examples for predation is tiger and deer, frog and insect, owl and rat, snake and frog. These are the some examples. But the relationship between snake and rat, the relationship between rat and snake, rat, it is more than that predation. Because in this condition, snake also uses rat hole. And the relationship between woodpecker, red woodpecker and ferocious red ant, also it is more than that relation, because the woodpecker uses whole of or nest of red ant and it also feed on it. And for plants, herbivores are the most or important predators, and mostly more than 25% of insects, more than 25% of insects are phytophagous, means they feed on plants. And especially for plants, the severity is more. Unlike animals, plants cannot run away from the animals because they are firmly fixed in the soil. That's why in the course of evolution they have to evolve a number of astonishing varieties of defense mechanism, and they produce some of the morphological and physiological defense mechanism. For example, spines and tones. These two are the morphological means of defense. And some plants produce and store number of chemical substances in order to obtain advantage against predation or predator. And there is a weed plant, that is Calotropis. Calotropis usually grow in abundant fields, and it produce many cardiac glycosides. And these cardiac glycosides they cause sick to the browsing or grazing animals. That's why you can never see cattle or goat never feed on this weed plant. If it feed on this plant, they release cardiac glycosides, they enter into body and they cause the sick or even they cause sometimes death of the particular animal. And a wide range of chemical substances that we can extract from the plants, they are by meaning of defense mechanism against herbivores or herbivorous animals. For example, nicotine extracted from plant, caffeine also extracted from the plants by human beings, and there are usually various chemical substances produced by plants, and they are the chemical means of defense against predators. And some insects they also show camouflage, means cryptically appear or they are blend with background in order to obtain advantage against predators. And here, what are the adaptations present in predators? Here some predators also act as prey for others. For example, snake. Usually snake prey on frog, but snake is prey for eagle. And for example, frog feed on insect, but frog become a prey for snake. And some predators are also their prudence, means they are also some adaptations to capture prey. And so equality present, strength present, and they also has the ability to capture prey population. And what is the importance of predation? Usually predators reduce the population of prey, because prey population has more reproductive potential than predator. Without predation, prey population even can cross the carrying capacity of nature. That's why nature releases or nature produce predators. Predators control the population of prey. And it is also used for control of biological weeds and pests. To control biological weeds and pests, it is mainly depends on the relationship between predator and prey relationship. prey relationship. For example, Openshia, it is introduced in Australia and it caused havoc, and it is controlled by when introduced Catoblastis. Like Catoblastis, it is an insect which is feed on Openshia. And one more, that is red locust minas. Red locust minas is controlled in Mauritius by introducing Myna from India. And one more example, that is Gambusia. It is a predator fish. It usually Gambusia introduced in lakes to control the larvae of mosquitoes. And prickly pear cactus. It is also caused havoc in Australia to different rangelands, and it is also controlled by its natural predator. And this predation also helps in maintaining the species diversity. In intertidal region of American Pacific coast, there is a fish that is called Pisaster. So Pisaster is important predator. So these are the some examples for predation.